Brigitte Macron is turned into a man on her tax records after hackers change her legal name. Isn't this what they always do? They never present any direct evidence. They never answer direct questions. All of the things that the journalists have pulled out for going over 10 years at this point. Instead, they don't refute it. They just claim that Brigitte's feelings are hurt so bad. This sitting president's wife of France, this politician, that she's just so hurt that people think she's a man that she has to sue now. Like, a normal woman doesn't react like this. This is not what we do. Like, I don't know if she needs more training, he, she, they, whatever, needs more training, but like, no woman is going to be offended by this. No woman is going to sue people over it. If you're a real woman, you can easily prove this. You can easily show it, or you just ignore it. But instead of ignoring it, no, they sue every single person, every journalist that's researched this with evidence. Okay, let me make this clear. These are not just claims that are thrown out there. If you followed the investigation and you have eyes and ears and a reasonable IQ, you can piece together these facts. Can you prove it without a shadow of a doubt? No, not without a DNA test. No, we can't. But they haven't even submitted that. And I'm going to show you what they say here, but let's get into it. So I brought you that story yesterday, but now they're claiming it's hackers who just changed the name. They didn't just pull the documents out. No, they went in, changed the name, put it back, and then exposed it to the world. Like, hackers don't even move like this. How dumb do they think we are? Do they think this is like 2000? Like, people don't know, have the internet, that we haven't seen the investigation, the books. Xavier Poussard, who's had to flee the country because of the persecution that he's faced. There's now 10 people on trial right now that could face 2 years in prison for making claims that Brigitte Macron is a man, even though they have evidence, even though she doesn't show anything to refute it, even though they refuse to ask questions to all of the evidence that is not just circumstantial, at least in my opinion. So I'm going to start this out because they like to sue. I'm just going to read this. I'm giving my personal opinion. I followed the evidence. I did the research myself. I went into there's a whole web archive of where all of this information has been put together, right, from these journalists. And it's in French. I actually translated it, read through it myself, looked at the pictures, the documents, all of the different things. And I made that conclusion for myself. Again, can I prove it without a shadow of a doubt? No. But opinion, you're going to sue over it? Anyway, guys, you know the grift. It continues. And of course, the mainstream media is always complicit. So here we are with the Daily Mail. And it says Brigitte Macron has been given a male name on her personal tax record by a group of hackers amid conspiracies over her real gender. Who are these hackers? Show us the proof. Again, they make claims, but they show no evidence. Absolutely no evidence. The First Lady of France has long been the subject of rumors questioning her gender. I wonder why. People just pulled it out of thin air. With online trolls, you see, look at the language. The online trolls falsely claiming that her real name is Jean-Michel Trogneau. So we're just trolls. It is trolls. If you go against the narrative, if you expose them, you're just a troll. You're a conspiracy theorist. This is all they do. This is all they do. Throw names, personal attacks. Again, they never refute any hard evidence. Okay. Attacks on the 72-year-old recently went as far as hacking into her personal tax account and changing her name to Jean-Michel, known as Brigitte Macron. Miss Macron's chief of staff, Tristan Braumont, told French news channel BFM TV. Okay. According to Mr. Braumont, the French president's wife was shocked to see her legal name had been changed by hackers in her personal tax account. Oh, the horror. Mrs. Macron has since filed a complaint, and 2 people involved in the hacking have been identified. Who are they? Who is this group? Give us names. Show us the proof. We don't believe you. It comes as 10 people accused of sexist cyber harassment against the First Lady are set to go on trial in Paris today. The defendants are 8 men and 2 women, all between the ages of 41 to 60. If convicted, they face up to 2 years in prison. They have been accused of making numerous malicious comments about the First Lady's gender and sexuality. So we're living in a world now, guys. Look at this thing. Jeez. Woo. Child. It's rough over there. Rough. Okay. So this is what they do. Like, I'm seeing this. You're seeing this in the UK. You're seeing this in France now, where opinion and saying something about a politician or a person or just anything innocuous, well, you can be jailed now. There's no freedom of speech. You have to be nice and kumbaya and hold their hands. And you certainly can't call out facts. You certainly can't tell the truth. How dare you? We control the media. We own all of this. Who are you, you little person, you little citizen, you little journalist? Who do you think you are going against our machine? The trial over false claims that Mrs. Macron was born a male comes months after her and husband, President Emmanuel Macron, filed a defamation lawsuit in the U.S. against American right-wing influencer Candace Owens. Owens was accused by the couple of propagating outlandish, defamatory, and far-fetched fictions that fueled a lie-filled campaign of global humiliation and relentless bullying after she promoted claims that Mrs. Macron was born a man. The political commentator, who has millions of followers on social media, has publicly repeated the claims on her channel. The allegation originated online and found an audience through French bloggers Amandine Roy and Natasha Ray in a 2021 YouTube video. That's not where it started. That's false. They're not even, are they going to mention Xavier Poussard, the guy who wrote the book, the one who did most of the work, the legwork, who had to flee to Italy, or they even had the police trying to detain him there and a whole bunch of mess just for following the evidence. These people were not even trying to go after her. This came along because there was so much secrecy. They were trying to do like nice pieces about her. But as they started to uncover and unpack and look through things, they're like, something is not right here. Even people who were like pro-Macron, pro-Brigitte Macron, these are the same journalists who, once they started seeing the facts and following the trail, following the evidence, well, then they started to see none of this is adding up. And there's a lot of evidence that shows otherwise. But okay, it's just trolls and they're just saying it with nothing to back it up. Sure. Those allegations were, okay, I already read that. The Macrons won their initial defamation case against Roy and Ray in 2024, but the ruling was overturned on appeal this year on freedom of expression grounds. The Macrons are also appealing that decision because they don't want any freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Absolutely not. Owens said she based her allegations on what she called a thorough investigation by French blogger Natasha Ray. That's not even accurate. Most of her findings were based on Xavier Poussard. Why are they leaving his name out? He's like the main one that was used. She interviewed him. I'm confused. And Natasha Ray, I believe she has cancer. So while they were suing her, trying to jail her, doing all this stuff to her, she was going through cancer treatments after being persecuted. All of these journalists being persecuted. So the Macrons in turn filed a 218-page lawsuit in Delaware on July 23rd, seeking an unspecified amount of compensatory and punitive damages. Mr. and Mrs. Macron said in a statement at the time, because Ms. Owens systematically reaffirmed these falsehoods in response to each of our attorneys' repeated requests for a retraction, we ultimately concluded that referring the matter to a court of law was the only remaining avenue for remedy. This cannot fly in the U.S. Like, this doesn't happen here. I don't know what they think this is or where this is going to go, because she submitted questions to them, gave them opportunity after opportunity in order to refute those claims, to answer questions. They refused to do any of it. And this is the same script they follow over and over. See, they have the French court systems in their back pocket. Who knows, they may have the American court system in their back pocket, with these elites. It's different rules for them, right? They can do whatever they want, but you and I have just a different standard that we have to live by. But it's just, and this is what I see a lot of people who don't look into it or who have some type of agenda. Maybe you just don't like Candace Owens. I don't really give a damn. Like, you don't have to like somebody to to see evidence with your eyes and ears, to use critical thinking skills and see that there is more than enough proof. And if all of these people are saying all of this research and you don't thoroughly dig in there, you need to shut up. You just need to be quiet. Candace is crazy. She's just saying this. Rah, rah, rah. Like, okay. She's crazy, but okay, give me the evidence that refutes that and I will be more than happy to pour over it. Because like I said, I did my own research. And this is just another grandstanding thing that these politicians do, that these elites do in order to hide their dirt, right? So Ms. Owens' campaign of defamation was plainly designed to harass and cause pain to us and our families to garner attention and notoriety. We gave her every opportunity to back away from these claims, but she refused. It is our earnest hope that this lawsuit will set the record straight and end this campaign of defamation once and for all. And I just want to show you this last thing. So they are now saying, okay, because this is another article. You have to pull all the different information from different places. So it says here, people have been hacking into her personal tax account and changing her name to Jean Michel, who is allegedly her brother, who no one has seen in decades, right? Disappeared off the face of the earth when Brigitte came into the public. Okay, but she's not Jean-Michel Trogneau. She's not her brother. She's actually Brigitte Macron, right? Changed her name to Jean-Michel, known as Brigitte Macron. Mr. Bromett says the chief of staff. Mr. Bromett revealed in detail in an interview with a French news channel where he recounted how President Emmanuel Macron's wife was stunned to see that her legal name had been changed when logging into her personal tax account. Let me show you how they contradict themselves. We were completely surprised. But then it says here, I tried it again with her, and sure enough, it's a section reserved for your username, so it can't be changed. Huh? I'm confused. So it says that her legal name, basically the documents, have been changed when logging into her personal tax account. Somehow they were able to do this to the French government. Okay. But then they say when they tried it again, and sure enough, it's a section reserved for your username, so it can't be changed. So was it they hacked into the account? You said they changed it on the documents, the names. You even say that there you were surprised that this was changed. But now it's just a username that was changed. So they did all this work to hack in there, and the only thing they changed is username. But in other reports, you're saying they changed the actual documents. Like, which one is it? Like, I'm not understanding where are we going with this? But you see how they can't keep these things straight? And to me, there's just lies. I don't trust the government. I don't trust any government. I don't trust ours. I certainly don't trust the French government, knowing the character of these two clowns, of these absolute degenerates, in my opinion. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to do that follow-up because it's just getting ridiculous out here. I'm going to continue to bring you updates. I think I may even maybe bring some updates on what's going on with that court, with the Candace court case, but then also the court case they have going on with other people. You guys let me know if you want to see more of that. But until then, I will see you guys very, very soon.